Want to make sure that everything's really fine, but it should be now. I cannot believe my eyes, but we are actually inside of this game. So welcome everyone, my name is Red, and I'm casting the ECL semifinals, the first one, which is a matchup between Liereyy, aka Vivi, against Liereyy. And we are going to start, as you can see, on ECL Cross, one of the maps that I've praised a couple of minutes ago. And it's gonna be a Huns War. That is really interesting. Wow, okay. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm strictly looking forward to see this one. So just looking at the maps here, real quick. Liereyy here, green color, having the Huns obviously. And yeah, this map, obviously really exposed. On Cross we can expect a lot of exposed maps for sure. I mean bases, as the wood patches are not likely to be in favor to allow you to create a palisade wall there, even though the front is quite nice to wall off, but it's also super far away from the TC. He has his resources in the front. Whoa, what's happening? Oh, don't lose it, man. Not yet, not yet. And other than that, all the resources really seem to be in the front there for Liereyy, which certainly asks for a good, strong, aggressive fight there from him. He should go forward and shouldn't allow Vivi to go forward and to take control over these kind of resources. Especially this one looks super dangerous in my opinion. Just thinking about it, if Vivi is able to put down some buildings over here, not necessarily towers in this case, maybe we could see it though, and then it's going to be tough for Liereyy to get out of the situation. Alright, he has a lot of villagers on wood already, which is easy to explain, as you can see it on Cross. We got those little ponds here on the side with a lot of fish, therefore going for the fish makes a lot of sense here on these kinds of maps. Looking at Vivi's map here for a second, he also has super exposed base here, but luckily for him he has his resources on the side, which would make it a bit more difficult for Liereyy to gain control over these, to deny these. I mean, these stones and this gold here, they're quite in the front for sure, but this gold seems to be really convenient for Liereyy here, even though unfortunately not super easy to secure this area. But I guess placing a building wall would be nice, but we'll see what he will go for. He's also placed down his dock here on the right hand side of his base, Liereyy on the left hand side, and Liereyy is already clicking up. So the question is, what can we expect from Huns War on Cross? Certainly a lot. We got a lot of food boost here for both, as they have control over water for now. We can look forward to seeing some sneaky action probably. Vivi is aware of this, so he walls this one off. I think that this is a really good position to put down his dock here. He made sure that his villager won't be harassed placing down this dock, and also I just like it how he put the palisade down, which minimizes the chance that a tower is going to be placed here in order to deny this dock. So far so good. And what else to expect? Well, most likely, as the food bonus is so extreme, we could see some nice stuff, as in scouts. Why not? For Huns, the sables work 20% faster, therefore scouts gonna have a huge boost. And in production, also the food eco, as I've mentioned, is so good. We also see that deer is being gathered by Liereyy, and we see it indeed a stable. Good stuff. And just comparing villager numbers here, quite significant difference there. There was 20 villagers for Liereyy for a second and 22 for Vivi. I believe now that Vivi is actually far behind, it seems, considering the timing and fuel age, he still has a way strong economy. I found it quite ballsy of him going for Loom that late. He got, instead of going for 21 and then Loom, he went for 22, click up and then Loom. That is a significant difference there in my opinion. Really bossy there for sure, really brave, and could end up really foolish, but it didn't. Actually, well done. Therefore, his economy will be stronger than the one of Liereyy, while Liereyy will be up with his military super fast, and we see it here. We see it here indeed. The first action taking place. Vivi attempted to put down the stock here, but he got caught. He got caught. Actually, really interesting stuff here. So glad that I was able to catch this one. It was nearly too late there, but we saw this nice attempt, and also even nicer was the attempt and the successful attempt here by Liereyy to get rid of Giles' villager here, and also denying the stock from being placed. Good stuff. And now we see that the Scout War will take place in a couple of seconds here. Liereyy being aware of the situation, making sure that his gold miners are safe there for now. Placing down smart palisades there. And now we'll see. It's 4v4 now with the scouts, at the same time also having the spearmen. 5th scouts incoming for both sides. Looking at the HP of both, only one scout significantly damaged there. Now this was being noticed by Vivi, so it's 5 versus 4, and it's gonna be 6 versus 4 pretty soon. Like I've said, we are here on cross, therefore it won't be just 4 or 5, 3 to 5 scouts, as we see it most of the times in Arabia. It's gonna be way more. This is way more possible. We can see some strong feudal action here from both sides. Liereyy also going for bloodlines. And getting into this fight, the question is this a good fight for him? He also has a villager involved there. Alright. Actually able to push Vivi back there for a second. Which has a reason, of course, because there's a spearman now. Now, Liereyy needs to be super careful about this. This was a bad fight. Bad moment there. This shouldn't happen. Now the scouts of Liereyy are actually way more precious. Ooh, bad fight there. They're way more precious because they got bloodlines. That makes them stronger, but also more of an importance, as Liereyy actually wanted to gain some kind of advantage, investing into those scouts and cavalry. While Vivi will not do this, he places down an archer range and goes for archers. And while Liereyy actually had the nice attacks, he actually lost an important fight there over here. This one looked kind of neutral, but this one was actually bad for Liereyy. But we're gonna see how this one will end up. Just looking at scouting information. Does he know about the archer range? Yes, he did. He did really well by spotting this one. Double archer range, which explains this one archer range here, which will be able to produce skirmishes. As most of you know, 2 archer ranges production archers being produced by 2 archer ranges can be countered by 1 archer range producing skirmishes quite efficiently, if both sides have the same tax, as in fletching. Blacksmith also incoming, so Liereyy with a slight advantage here in tech wise. Also going wheelbarrow here, I believe. He doesn't have wheelbarrow yet, but we see something extremely important. Liereyy actually able to get into this situation, and oh my god. Oh, this is really painful stuff for Vivi, for sure. He is able to get a couple of villagers there, hopefully. 1 villager already down. I feel like he could have gotten a bit more there, but the spearman was actually really helpful, punishing 1 scout directly. And the other one being killed by a villager. Finally, 2 villagers down now by this action. I could have imagined that it could have been a bit stronger there. But that is it for the moment. So this harassment is taking place, but is actually being stopped now, while Vivi himself is there with a huge group of scouts as well as some archers. Just wants to make sure that these scouts are being ripped for now. Also scaleboarding armor incoming now, and Liereyy actually clicking up. So this would explain the slight difference in military. Liereyy now down to 16, while Vivi is up with 22. And Liereyy actually quite interesting and quite nice to see how water affects everything so strong that he is able to click up that fast. Now we see it here, a tower being placed. Now we see it. This is something with a lot of thought here. This is a really good position, and this is worth it to spend resources on that one while we have this huge fight. Huge fight. We just need to make sure that he hits those archers instead of anything else there. Even though the enemy scouts were there in order to cause a lot of damage. But the skirmishes there, he was actually successful. Liereyy was actually successful with this one. Quite significantly for sure. This tower has been denied. Really good fight by Liereyy. Comparing villager numbers here, it's 34 to 44. Surprising in my opinion. I even would like to say that there has been some idle time. And it's GG for the first game. Vivi callers. For reasons that are quite obvious here. As Vivi was still in feudal age. Wow, this is intense. I'll just quickly update the score and go back ASAP. Just a second there, guys. So Liereyy wins the first one. Alright, just a second, guys. So it's 1-0. There we go. Oops. And I also need to tune in again with the lobby there for a second. Alright. Oh, there we go. Alright, so just thinking about what happened there and how all of this actually took place. So Mr. Did also saying Liereyy big throw. Oh my god, I thought Vivi got this. Actually, right. You're right. That's actually quite interesting. Also to mention why Vivi resigned there, as he clearly had the villager lead there. That is for sure. I was just thinking if there was some significant idle time by some forced idle time in his TC to click up that early, because the 10 villager difference was super striking there. Just thinking about this for a second. But I feel I couldn't have I didn't look at the last number of resources there for Vivi. If he was too far away from Castle Age, he didn't click up, that is for sure. Therefore, he maybe felt that Liereyy is going to be in a position in Castle Age in which it's going to be too hard to deal with it. Probably if he went for more knights, talking about Liereyy there, maybe it would have been too difficult for 3 more minutes and feudal age to deal with it. Maybe this is why he called it. So that could be it. But really nice to see this one. This was quite intense, and I like to see, I was talking about it, I like to see some feudal action there for sure. And this has actually been decided in feudal age mostly, and the fact that Liereyy reached Castle Age way earlier was maybe too much for Vivi to handle. Maybe he was not aware of this difference in numbers. Maybe it was a shocking move by Liereyy. I'm pretty sure that he had some forced idle time on his TC to click up that early. Because 10 villages, actually it was 12 villages, if we keep in mind that the rating of Liereyy was also a parameter in which he was able to get 2 villages. So actually it was 12 villages and 2 villages being down there. Still 10 villages lead. Maybe he just tricked Vivi somehow. As in, hey, I am so strong, I am so efficient, I even click up way earlier than you. But that actually being just some kind of illusion, as there was such a huge difference in numbers. I'm not sure. I will definitely have a look at this record once again. I will ask him if I don't find an answer. Alright, so next game is starting. And without further ado, once it starts, let's tune into it. Okay. There we go, people. Alright, nice. Ooh. Alright there, guys. So welcome everyone, my name is Red, and I am casting the ECL Semifinals. The first semifinal here, a matchup between Liereyy and Vivi. And we are gonna see the second match taking place on Acropolis. And it's gonna be, you just see it here, Slavs against Magyars. Wow. Okay, let's just start with Vivi here on the left hand side of the map. He has the Magyars, and looking at his map, well, there are a couple of things to mention. Good stuff is that his gold is in the back. The stone is kinda okay. It could have been worse if it was just here. Therefore, still a little bit far away from his TC there. As in, I would have liked to see it somewhere here to the left or something like this. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We can live with that. And just looking at all the other things that we can just quickly spot here. Not too much. Everything else is in a decent position. He will maybe struggle with his deer a tiny bit there, but he should be okay with that. And yeah, Magyars. I said it. I certainly have sympathies for this Civ on Age of Empires. I love to see them in Feudal Age. I especially love them in Cast Age. Going for some scouts first, transitioning into Cav Archers. Cool stuff for sure. And just looking at Liereyy on the other hand here. And he has the Slavs. I'm looking at his map here for a second, which looks worse than the one of Vivi for sure. I don't like the positions of his main resources here, the gold and the stone, especially the stone here in the front. Quite difficult to work with it, and quite easy for the opponents to cause some trouble here. But all in all, it should be fine for now. This is Acropolis. We got this hill here. Therefore, attacks that come downhill are less effective there, for sure. Oh, nice stun with the boar here. Love it. And yeah, Mr. Dutt is saying that Vivi should win with this map. Probably right. Especially this gold I like a lot. You can deal with it in a way to zone it off, to secure it from the enemy. And he should be fine with his resources. Also looking at the distance with the secondary proper woodline there. As you know, on Acropolis you got weird little patches here. And the proper ones are just outside. And it's always a question how far away they are from the base. And I think this one looks fine. Also, I can see some ways to just secure it. And the one of Liereyy. Also, okay, this one should be fine, I guess. This one as well, though. It's okay. They both have some options. This one is significantly worse. So I understand why he goes for this one. It's okay, it's okay. I really like the one of Vivi here, the whole map here. And the question now is, what can we expect from both sides? So while Liereyy is having this kind of super exposed map, which is so hard to wall actually, he should go for some aggressive action again. And Vivi has more chances to deal with it, to secure area. Should actually Vivi again in a nice decent position there. And while he has the Magyars, I still want to see some nice action from him. Some scouts would be wonderful. See, Liereyy is actually analyzing the map of Vivi here for a second. Do people go scouts on this map too? Well, I mean, this can be possible. Why not? Because while it is maybe super difficult to enter this base here, the main base, it will be nice to raid the woodlines, if possible. If possible, of course. Sorry that for a second with the camera. I mean, there's a decent amount of food that they have access to. And I don't see a reason why one shouldn't do so. The problem is, what if the opponent has no secondary woodline at the moment, then it's going to be way more difficult. So you got to be sure if you can find some vulnerable spots, otherwise it doesn't make too much of sense. For Liereyy it would make sense if he finds out about this woodline. Let's see about that one for a second. He doesn't, therefore maybe he will most likely not go for anything like that, especially with the Slavs. Not the best thing to go for scouts in the first place, as we see he plays down in barracks here, and he has 2 on gold, which looks like a proper man-at-arms here. Also, a brave move there. The distance is quite a lot here, as on Acropolis both players are most of the times far away from each other, really in the edges of the map here, which makes sense to put down the barracks in a position where it's quite closer to the enemy. And then we can see what's gonna happen here. We see a stable here by Vivi, who clicked up, and yeah, now we see, I'm just a bit confused there for a second. I mean, you're aware of this one, as I was silent there for a second. Both still have the same numbers of villages. They really took his time actually to go up, I feel like, but he is having his man-at-arms now. A couple of seconds left. And actually, Vivi with the wrong kind of anticipation, maybe not, we'll see. He has a spearman. He will be able to deal with scouts, of course, but we have men-at-arms here, so it's a bit different. There we see it. In these cases, it makes so much sense to go for men-at-arms, especially because it's walled up here. With scouts it would take so much more time to get through those palisades, but with men-at-arms they literally eat through those palisades, therefore easy stuff there. But we can see it, Vivi is not happy with the situation. He placed down a second palisade there, makes sense, and also has his own scouts, and he needs to find a solution to get rid of these military units there in order to go for some scout rush himself. He has a decent number there. And the question now is, will he deal with this or will he just go? He will go. This is actually a nice way to do it, because this has 2 advantages here to go for the enemy now. As he is the one being raided, he can now force his opponent who is raiding to actually go back home, as the scout army could be really devastating. If they find out about this, oh they do. And we see it, they got 3+3. Magyar scouts are just so lovely. They can take care of villages so easily. You see it, they just melt to the attacks of the scouts here. And he should really make sure that he gets all of these villages. 2 is really fine now. If he gets this one, wow, I will just... okay. Oh, okay. Well, maybe too much of a greedy move. I could understand. I would have done exactly the same thing as Vivi at the moment, going for the 3rd villager there. I can understand. Unfortunately, not the right decision there, as the spearman was able to get 1 scout. And we can see it. Wow, okay. Vivi still doesn't care too much about the fact that towers are being nerfed here, considering their coast. He still plays down this one here. Really good decision in my opinion, really justified, which will force the army of men-at-arms to retreat. Good stuff. And so nice. Mr. Dude already mentioned it. It's so nice to wall here. And we can see it. Look at this beautiful thing here. The men-at-arms are not able to go through here, while Vivi has all the time that he needs to go for stone. He has gold. And good stuff. Scouts still not done with their quest to get some more villages. Does he know about this? Not much of a nice woodline there. No, he doesn't. But I don't like this woodline at all. Why did he go for this one specifically? Did he think that Vivi knows about the stuff on the side? No, he actually literally didn't even go for the sides himself. Interesting. So more scouts are able to join this fight here, while Vivi, in my opinion, making the wrong moves at the moment. Too many casualties here for my own taste. 2 villagers already dead here. He could have placed this tower way before. I didn't like his timing here. While this army got cleared up pretty efficiently, as the scouts are super strong. +3. 3+3, that is significant. Still, I felt this could have been solved way more efficiently by keeping this gate here and it was just a matter of time till it got destroyed. But Vivi actually had enough time there to place down his tower, but maybe he didn't get enough stone in time. This could be, of course, as he has 26 stone left. I guess he just placed down the tower as soon as he could. Alright, and now the scenario that I was talking about just takes place here. Vivi is seeing something that is worth a lot here. Look at this mess here. He should just go for more scouts if he really wants to. Bloodlines totally makes sense here. Just don't allow these guys here to cause a lot of damage, and this will be super effective for Vivi. Villager difference now 37 to 32. Liereyy 5 villagers less. Meanwhile though, he is in the base of his opponent there. He has fletching, so he could go for some kind of action here, which will most likely not take place though. This walling is so nice, so nice. I love it. They will maybe have the opportunity to get this villager, if at all, but Vivi sees this one, and Vivi also using the time again here to go for some more innocent villagers. He actually got this villager, wow. Didn't think of it. But Liereyy now clicking up here, getting horse collar as well. Liereyy doesn't play other maps rather than Arabia. Isn't he the top 3 guy though? Well, Liereyy is certainly strong on a lot of maps. I wouldn't say that he's only good on Arabia. Of course, he's super good on Arabia. But I feel there are more specialists on Arabia rather than Liereyy himself. There are other guys. I would say Mr. Yo, for instance. I love to see him on Arabia, and I have the feeling that one can see him on Arabia way more often. As well as MBL. Gotta be honest. We see MBL on different kinds of maps, but Arabia seems to be his very own map there. Alright, so Vivi is not giving up. He has his dreams here and causing a lot more damage. Now that he has bloodlines, he's able to deal with Pike so well. We can see it here. He just does what he does there. Question now is Liereyy doing the right moves here? He is in cast stage, but Vivi is not down with his scouts here and still able to cause so much damage. Oh my god. Still has decent HP on his scouts. 4th scout incoming, tower incoming. A lot of plans here to deny this woodline. This is gonna be really tough for Liereyy. Too much of a tough thing. 24 villages, oh my god. Now the knight has arrived, but I feel it's a bit too late here. Question now is how is he able to get out of the situation. Placing down the second TC makes sense in order to compensate or somehow cope with the fact that he lost so many villas. Still, this has a huge downside that he will not be able to go with his initial plan, which was probably double stable knights. I don't know, he has just one stable there, but he could have gone for a second stable if he wasn't forced to put down the second TC, which first of all secures this area and also makes sure that he's able to pump out more villagers. But pumping out more villagers at the same time means that he is not able to afford maintaining double stable production there. So this move has a lot of downsides to his plan, as he is actually the one being forced to play more aggressively. He is actually forced to stay defensively now, and that's a bad thing for sure, as Zhao has the better map here. He is there causing a lot of havoc. Well, there's a little army of Expos, I forgot to mention, and they are here to cause a little bit of damage here. Still, you see difference in villager numbers, 47 to 28. I think this was a huge blow, a really huge blow to Liereyy's economy. Makes absolutely sense. This tower now denying this completely. I am not sure why he went for this one here in the first place. Why not going for this one here or that one here? Maybe because his military buildings are here, right? Especially his barracks. Then he said, okay, now if I have my barracks here, this area somehow belongs to me, as I can always reinforce with military, and placing down a stable here makes sense. Therefore this area is, so to speak, mine. But nah. What's the map? This is Acropolis. We can see it here now. We got a couple of knights. They got +1 and +2, +1 on both attack and defense. +2 still missing. One of my favorite tags here for knights. And it makes sense that this is not going to take place so fast. We got a double TC here working. And I feel this is looking too gloomy of a thing here. Vivi's still in feudal, by the way. Now he is being raided. This is a good move by Liereyy. Thinking about the things that he could do just to keep being in the game, which is counter raiding, which he does really well. First of all, he is now having this momentum in which he has the stronger units in the first place, which makes it easier to deal with incoming scout rushes. And then he was even able to afford some knights that actually go for some raiding. So I like this move by Liereyy. He's not off the game yet. He is catching up with villager numbers. I like this one a lot. And now actually Vivi in a kind of tight situation here. Just looking at his economy, he has a decent number of farms. He should be able to click up pretty soon. If he's able to place down a market, would be nice as well, just to go to the next stage super fast. Oh my god, really? Wow, Liereyy didn't pay attention to this one here. And yeah, we saw it here as well. He was getting +1 defense for his spearman. Nothing to ignore. And we can see it here. The scout rush still taking place somehow, but they are being chased by the knights now. And it's not going to be as easy as it was before. Also, this whole base now kind of more secure here due to the TCs. We just should stop getting any more wood from the back here. That's the main important thing. And now he goes for this wood line over there. I really want to know why he did this. But yeah. What was Liereyy planning? Drush FC, Mass Knights, Vivi dead? I feel that he went for Mad Arms into Knights. His initial plan was Mad Arms for sure. But then probably Knights. Alright, so Vivi finally able to click up as well. But this third TC, this project concerning his third TC is gonna be delayed a tiny bit. Bull just dying once again. Oh my god. Go, 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 go. There we go. Alright, he secured this area at least. So a lot of heavy casualties here. Still, virgin numbers now in favor for Liereyy, as he had double TC for a long while and long time there, and Vivi still not in cast stage, so he was just there with 1 TC for a long time. And now we see some barracks, more spearmen being produced, which is a nice way to deal with knights, obviously. It's one of the ways to deal with it. You just need to be good in numbers. You also need squires to keep up with the pace there. And well, this raiding is actually super successful here. I wish he had +2. That would have been beautiful. Then this knight would have remained unharmed there for a longer time, as Vivi doesn't even have fletching. But with this raid, he should just back off there. Yeah, go. It's never a nice thing to waste knights, as they're super expensive. And yeah, we can see it here. Spearman, spearman, spearman. All the way. Probably gonna see some pikes pretty soon there. Yeah, there we go. Pikemen. And now the question is, what will Vivi do with all of this? He is getting for pikes. He's going for pikes. Will we see some monastery as well? Well, before we see anything, we see some forward villagers who are gonna place the TC probably somewhere. Or maybe some other sneaky stuff is taking place. Looking at the resources, he's just able to place down a TC. Don't have... Oh, okay. Them eyes blind. I fully ignored the fact that he was on stone that long. He is actually going to drop a castle. And he is able to reinforce this one here pretty easily with these pikes. Which means that any knights won't be able to... to deny this one. Wow. Immigrants coming to Lierey's land. Tim Tum Kaboom says. Yeah, that castle is ballsy. That is ballsy, but not as ballsy one would think, because he has good chance to get this up pretty easily. Pretty easily. These pikemen, they're there. +2 now on attack. They will just go through the knights, enemy knights, as if it's just butter. Meanwhile though, Liereyy also getting his pikes up. And we got the forward castle. Wow, look at this mess. Look at this mess. Liereyy can be lucky that he has more TCs now. Otherwise this TC would have been huge troubles. Oh my god, man. I love it so far. Nice game. But we can see it here. The raid is real on the other side. We're actually doing a lot of problems here. Causing a lot of problems here. A lot of knights here wrecking the place. Vivi just arrived there with his pikes. He should be able to deal with all of those knights. Unfortunately for Liereyy, as this area is just closed. One could say that this is well done by Vivi, but this is actually a terrible situation that he lost so many villas. You can see it 82 to 45 villager now. Liereyy having the economical lead for sure, but this is not any concern of Vivi. We can see it from all of this movement here. 1 TC setup. Forward castle. A lot of knights. Vivi wants to win this one with 1 TC. If he goes for a second TC just for the sake of securing an area, or just to make sure, in case he wasn't as successful as expected, that he pumps out a couple of more villas there. But I feel that Vivi wants to win this one in the next minutes here. Let's see how he was gonna do with that one, with this one. With a 1 TC setup, he is able to maintain knight production from 2 stables. And now he just needs to make sure that Liereyy won't be able to pump out any more pikes or even a monastery with monks. Liereyy buying stone there. Let's look at his economy there. Probably just getting one more TC somewhere. Military count in favor for Vivi. Makes sense, makes sense. And we see it now. Magyar Hussars, loving them. Why not, right? You got your knights. Why not also adding in some Magyar Hussars, who will later turn into, who could later turn into trash units. Liereyy getting bloodlines just now. Question is, why does he do so? I mean, of course, you got these knights, but wouldn't make more sense just to pump out a couple of more pikes there. I feel the fact that Vivi has his own set of pikes is a huge problem for Liereyy there. He went for knights, and actually Vivi is answering with mirroring this by getting knights himself and also pikes there. So it's just knights, pike, mirror war here. That's one way to deal with it. So this actually affords a lot of micro by both sides, as both must not lose their knights and at the same time use their pikes efficiently. Now we see some monks though, finally, but these are not Lierey's monks, these are just the knights, the monks of Vivi. Really nice, I just love it. First of all, taking care of conversions, and more importantly in my opinion, healing knights. Healing knights is so good. Just imagine, low HP knight versus a full HP knight. So many opportunities that you can make use of. Liereyy now being forced to delete his knights there even. And we can see it here, he always goes out just a tiny bit and then goes back again. This is bad for Liereyy. He is in a really tight position there. Well, this fight is actually good for him now, as he's able to take care of those pikes. Now he could actually go out again and plan some other sneaky stuff there to hurt Vivi. Four TCs by Liereyy, 107 villagers against 55. Vivi actually far behind now. And now you gotta ask yourself, is this justified? He had this huge momentum, but he was more busy taking care of this army here. The question now is Vivi going to maintain his forward move here? Because now Liereyy is actually showing that he has a strong economy, being able to get out so many units here. Military units now 28 to 11 in favor for Liereyy. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. I'm just waiting for the moment when someone is gonna go for some other units. I feel refreshed to see this ram at least that takes care of towers, and maybe his castle will be gone if he gets more of those battering rams. But other than that, I am just asking myself how Zhao will get out of the situation. I mean, Vivi here. I mean, his economy is there. It's not the best now. It's minutes 46 now in game. And he has 60 villages. 10 military, 11 military. I am not sure, guys, but I feel that this is going to be over pretty soon if he doesn't do anything against it. Going for more towers will make sure that he gets out more pressure here to maintain his position, right? But Liereyy won't accept this one. He says, no, dude, I'm not okay with this. I'm placing down my own castle. I won't allow you to go further anymore. Liereyy is such a boomer. Well, that is for sure. You can say that again. And yeah, the pikes are doing a lot of work here. Vivi certainly lost his momentum here. Did I just a second, guys. I just want to make sure something. Okay. Okay. Alright. Oh, good. Just saw an odd message down at the top left hand side. In game. I wonder why. So yeah, this is the situation. Asking myself, Vivi, what can you do now? What can you do? Placing a second TC. Well, quite late, don't you think? Just asking myself. I mean, it makes sense to go for a second TC, but this army of Liereyy will be super strong now. He is about to reach Imp, and then... Wow. It's gonna be super tough for Vivi to get out of the situation. Look at his resources. 51 food there for now. A lot more pikes are going to be sent out. Pretty sure that these knights won't remain just knights here. I mean the knights of Liereyy I'm talking about. And they're now inside of the base here. This base is well protected though. A lot of watchtowers with botgun arrow. But for how long is this gonna stay safe here? Villager count 123 to 40, 55 there, 54 I was going to say, sorry. And military about 40 to 10. So, yeah. Vivi is not giving up though. We can see it here. He still wants to get more villages. He still wants to cause damage. But the later he does the damage, the less it will affect the economy of Liereyy. Obviously, the earlier you attack an enemy, more of the damage you cause. And we got this GG. Vivi just admitted here. It's over, man. It's over. He won't be able to deal with it anymore. So we saw actually a beautiful first 1 TC attempt here to go into the base. It actually worked to a certain degree, but Liereyy had enough time to go for the sides here, and boom, continuous boom there. And Vivi unfortunately not able to keep Liereyy away from doing that. Therefore, this 1 TC attempt failed. Liereyy went for 4 TCs and was able to show Vivi that... Oh, wait a second. Just... This TC, was this the Imp TC? I don't see any Imp anymore and he didn't reach Imp. Are you? Did I miss this one? Oh. Oh well. I mean, that's a little bit of a unfortunate thing, right? The Imp TC, did it get destroyed here? I don't know, man. Oh my god. I'll just quickly update it once again. So it's 2-0 for Liereyy. looking good for him. That is for sure. Just updating everything here once again. There we go. 2-0 now. Great stuff. And we're going back here and waiting for the next game to start. Well, people. If Vivi builds Palisade Gate back in the back, he wouldn't get no raid. Question is for how long, right? I mean, even if we exclude the raids, which we shouldn't do, of course, because the raids are part of the reality of this very matchup. But even so, Liereyy was so much having a lead. Even if Vivi had 10 more villages, I feel the 1TC setup, it's just a temporary solution. As in, afterwards it's no solution anymore. Normally, you're done for afterwards. Just technically speaking, theoretically speaking, on paper, these are the differences between 1TCs and 3TCs, right? And with this 1TC attempt, even if he was able to get rid or just to prevent Liereyy from raiding, he was still with the 1TC setup, while Liereyy was not. Therefore, even in the end, I feel with so much map control of Liereyy, as he got all the golds and the stones, it would have been difficult anyway. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it could have stopped the raid for sure. The question is, was that the only reason, or was that the main reason to call it GG now that he also got raided and stuff like this? I mean, it certainly makes sense that this raiding is bad for Vivi, but it seemed to me hopeless to a certain degree anyway, as his momentum was long over. By the way, guys, sorry. Does the game sound fine? Was it too loud maybe? I felt that it was loud on my earphones. But was it loud enough or silent enough? Quiet enough? With my voice, I mean? I can adjust it, of course. Just let me know. Next game is starting now. Alright. Game is starting, guys. Okay, nice. There we go. Perfect. Just to be super sure, this is Valley. Okay, I was going to say something else. Good that I flipped word. Oh yeah, we can see that's Valley. Alright, so welcome everyone. My name is Reds, and I am casting the first semi-final, a match between Vivi and Liereyy. This is game number 3. And we are about to see a beautiful match on Valley. And it's gonna be a Mongols war. Oh well, this makes sense a lot here. There's all those deer in the middle. And the Mongols having such a strong bonus there on getting deer and also boars. Therefore, let us see about it. I'm certainly excited. Alright, so there we go, guys. Starting with Liereyy this time, as the camera spawned here. Looking at his map. Alright, he has some opportunities to wall it. He has a lot of resources. Unfortunately, not too much in the back. So once again, not the most adequate map in order to go for defensive play. While nothing is too much in the front, nothing too striking, he should just take care of this or find a solution with this here if he wants to play defensively, because this is quite of a distance here between the two wood patches. With the sides, it's going to be fine, even though I'm not a big fan of this hill. It's not too close to CC, but there are 2 goals involved here, and his enemy is Vivi. And if he sees about this one, he definitely will do some calculations and calibrations in his mind to ask himself, maybe I could deny this one somehow. There are some units, some buildings that could maybe be useful. Let us see. But meanwhile, also the stones here in the back. Liereyy. So it's certainly not the worst map. The distance to the deer patch is not that far away. And that is it for his map. I gotta stay neutral in this case. It's not that much of a bad map, as there are some opportunities to save some resources. Especially this part, he goes for this kind of attempt where he places a wall like this. You just should make sure that this area should be safe. That's my main concern here at the moment. Alright, and then let us take a look at Vivi's map here. And once again we see it's significantly better. Right away we can see at the front is easy to wall. The sides are pretty much more exposed, gotta say. Especially this side here. But the gold is in the back. Quite of an awkward thing that it's on this hill here. But still it's in the back. And the other resources pretty similar to the ones of Liereyy. But the huge advantage is here in the front. Just needs to make sure that this side is somehow safe. I feel that Vivi could once again play it a bit more defensively, but I don't think that he will do so. I think both will play quite aggressively here, because as we have this beautiful map of Valley, both players will be a lot in the middle a lot here. As the tastiest food is in the middle with a lot of deer, and as we know it, the Mongols can sit here as well. Hunters work 50% faster, which allows really fast fuel times. We can see at 8:30. And look at these villager numbers: 17 plus 1 and 18 plus 17 plus the scout and 18 plus the scout. Liereyy is going for some really ballsy move there. I mean, 18 pop is fine actually for Mongols, but it's to be considered as quite heavy influence on having a quite heavy influence on the economy, as you're going up way too early there, so to speak. Kinda slow this game so far. I just wanna catch up here. Wonder why this was like this. Don't know, but now it's fine. Good. I'm happy. So now we see it. Both have clicked up, and now we can expect some scratches from both sides. Meanwhile, we see stables being put down. There was an argument between the two parties over here. Low HP scouts. Wow. Okay. This could have been a double kill here. Didn't happen. And also Spearman makes sense. Spearman War is gonna take place. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. So Liereyy was a bit faster there, obviously, with his stables. And therefore we can expect some more scouts coming from him first. Makes sense, as he clicked up with 18 pop. He's going for super long wall there on the side, which is not the best thing in my opinion, just thinking about it. I mean, he knows better, he is the pro. I would have made sure that this area is somehow safer, because still the gold is exposed there. Oh yeah, look at this denial here, look at this denial. Wait a sec, this was not being denied. Wow, well done by Liereyy. He made sure that this deer was not killed by a spearman. But this is the meta game, as you see it here. A lot of weird things going on here. Spearmen chasing deer. Villagers chasing scouts. You know, all kinds of interesting things that you don't see on other kinds of maps. So basically this interesting dance between the scouts is going to be the main event for now in Feudal Age. And it's gonna be the question, who will get more deer in the middle? And also, will someone move to the right hand side or the left hand side to get some sneaky mill up and to secretly hunt more of those deer? Alright, so Vivi wanted to go through that area, so it worked out for Liereyy to wall this one off, obviously. So this is just a wall to make sure that the scouts are not approaching for the right hand side, as he wants to keep this area, the right hand side of his base safe. Now we see it, a little fight there going on, and Vivi actually having the lead here. Looking at his scouts, everything normal so far. No significant upgrades there, which makes sense as they clicked up so early. They won't have the economy just to simply go for more attacks while producing scouts. And this rate looks pretty decent here for Vivi. Wow. Okay, not too decent though, not too decent. No villagers being harmed here. Looking at this, Liereyy wanted to do the same thing, but Vivi was good enough with his quick walls there. Really like to see this one. Instead of walling the whole area, he just walled off the important resources. Well done, well done. Saves more time. Liereyy obviously had to spend a lot of time getting up those palisades. Alright. Also, we have to keep in mind that there are wood patches in this map that are maybe considered to be quite small, but both of them have some nice wood patches in the back. Therefore, for now, it should be okay. Still, Vivi goes to the front there and decides not to go for this one. We got a bugged cow here, by the way. Alright, so the villagers somehow looked a lot into the way of living of the Spanish villagers, and they're actually able to adapt that lifestyle and somehow deal a lot of damage against the scouts in this game. I feel like so aggressive here. I like it. The villagers are really angry in this game, going forward everywhere where they can, as if they are not afraid of anything here. Nevara saying the sound is good, appreciate it, thanks. And Timtum Kaboom actually sending his energy here. Yeah, man. You should send your energy to all the players that you like, that you support. Just do it. Why not? Oh yeah. Also, a nice thing here. There are little tiny ponds that have shorefish. And having shorefish is also a good thing here, as it's super fast to get food from that source. Look at this whole base of Vivi, by the way. It's just... It's not a circle as you are used to see it from normal gameplays. It's just this line here from the south to the north here. And yeah, we can see Liereyy goes for fletching on bloodlines. What does that mean? What does this tell to us? Having archer ranges. Will we see some calf archers anytime soon? We're gonna see who's gonna click up first. And then we'll go for some theories here. Double archer range by Vivi as well. And don't be confused. Getting up archers is always a great thing. Even getting crossbows is a great thing. But once you have a decent economy, you can go for third archer range and pump out calf archers instead. Wow, this fight is really intense. A lot of units just get wrecked here. And Vivi actually able to win this one, even though suffering a lot of casualties himself. Even having lost a villager or two there. He made sure that the army size of Liereyy is now at 5. And the one of Vivi is 10. Looking at the economy here, I don't see too many farms, which makes sense as they are going for deer here, the villagers, and also shorefish. And still, we have to keep in mind that Vivi made sure that Liereyy backed off here, and he goes for farms heavily. And on a map like this, also with Mongols, this is quite of an important thing. I feel that Vivi actually has a super strong Lithium economy, as not only are deer and boar faster than farms, as in food production or gathering food in general. Now, the fact is that these are Mongols, and they profit even more from deer and boars. Therefore, the comparison between Mongols villagers getting shorefish, but especially deer and boars, with villagers getting just food from farms, is super huge. And yeah, this tower here, really well done, for sure. Denied this woodline really effectively. Now, Liereyy is forced to stay in the back and go for this woodline that is far away but secured. I like it. He just needs to make sure that this area is closed, actually. Or just put down a gate. But going to the front there with villagers. Liereyy, man, what are you doing? Wow. So villager count in favor for really Zhao, aka Vivi, who is getting skateboarding armor. I feel that we're gonna see some more scouts. Is this gonna be the same just as last time? I am not sure. Let us look at his stats there. Well, he is considering to stay in this fuel age a little bit longer. He has his towers up. The pressure is on for sure. And now a lot more scouts are incoming. And this is actually good for Vivi, as this army can be easily countered to a part by these scouts. I mean, scouts being the hard counter against skirmishes. And in addition, they can actually deal well with archers if the numbers are in favor for the scouts. So Liereyy is clicking up. Once again, we got the similar situation. Liereyy always the first one clicking up there, and Vivi always the one staying on fuel edge way longer. This time we don't see scouts only, we see a decent army of archers as well. He has fletching as well as Liereyy. Therefore, getting up a counter tower is always a good thing. This is a securing tower for sure. He needs to get this one up, and he needs to make sure that he's not being attacked from any other side. He needs to secure this area really well here. He just needs to make sure that no one comes through here, otherwise this area will be in danger as well. So putting down the tower here would also make sense, but for now he's fine. He just needs to make sure that really this is going to be like it is at the moment, otherwise he'll lose the game. Because this gold and this gold is not of any concern for Liereyy at the moment. He decides to go for the left hand side for sure. He just made sure that the right hand side is not easy to approach. The left hand side is the most precious for now. So he is about to go to Castle Age, and what do we see from him here? Will he go for expos even more? He has stables. He could go for anything at the moment. Gold chef mining. Gold mining. Sorry, gold chef mining is a little bit too early. And as I've said it, now it's happening. The pressure is on here. Vivi certainly doing the right moves, trying to go from the other side here, because then Lierey's gonna have a lot of troubles here, and he's actually aware of the situation, making sure that he has a town center in time now, just to secure this area. Not the biggest fan of this area. I would have even thought about this here, but makes sense as he wants to make sure that the stone is somehow safe. But with this move, he would have made sure that at least the incoming units wouldn't be able to approach from here. Rather, they had to go from there, and walling this one up with houses would make sure. Alright, this is his decision, right? So it's fine. Maybe you should wall him in. Well, he is towering him in, that is for sure. Denying this area now. As I've said it, people. This area is gonna be denied. Unless Liereyy clears this one up. We see expos against archers. Still the numbers of archers superior at the moment. The villagers being killed though. Oh my god. Really? 98% there. Unfortunate stuff, man. Unfortunate stuff. So yeah, what are the options for Liereyy at the moment? He is producing a lot of X-Balls, but he needs to... He is losing them at the same time when he just gets them out. Unfortunate stuff. I love those towers. They are placed really well. And we have to keep in mind, Vivi is just reaching Castle Age right now. Liereyy getting Ballsaw, really important in Castle Age. Bad archery armor makes sense to make his crossbow one even stronger. Walling in this watchtower makes sense. Good move. But how did this happen here? I missed this one here. How did this happen? How did he get in? Did he just go from here? He did. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Now he has light cavalry. No more scouts. They're actually pretty much of a threat here. Super good raiding units. And also strong meat shield. Looking gloomy for Liereyy, gotta say. Even though he has more TCs up now, his economy is still not the best, I feel like. Let me see, no more deer being gathered by none. Only more farms. Yep, this is it. For the moment. Yeah, the pressure is on for sure. And I've seen some calf archers being produced. Triple archer range, there we go. So we'll see more of those nice units. Boom, Liereyy, boom. Haha. Yeah, this is his intention, yeah. 3 TCs. Is it the same as last time? Yes, sir, it is. We see 3 archer ranges. In order to maintain this one, we surely need to go for 1 TC. The problem is not the lack of food this time, but the lack of wood, as all of those units afford a lot of wood, as well as gold, of course. But in relation with the TCs, you need proper amount of wood there to put them down. 275 to be specific there. And this is not gonna take place. Ideally there's not gonna be too much wood left, but we see a lot of wood left there. He actually could even go for a second TC, but he doesn't, as he saves up a lot of a lot of stone in this case to get up his castle. All right. So at least one of those resources being used for other stuff, military stuff, instead of for TC production. And yeah, with one villager, it's gonna be tough. He just wants to make sure that he has a house there as well. Just not necessarily for the house he went back, just to find a solution against those mangonels. He doesn't want to lose those villagers. The castle is has quite some HP to maintain a tiny bit more. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't lose it here. Yep, there we go. This mangonel is an excellent choice. This siege workshop just superb. And I've called it, guys. This area is going to be crucial. If Vivi sees this area, he will say, maybe I should do you remember I said this one? And exactly what I've said is just happening. This is just really awful for Liereyy at the moment. Couple of knights also waiting. Okay, he needs to make sure that he doesn't lose all of his villagers there. Bit of an unfortunate fight there, but he made sure that now he could go back. Now he could go back. Maybe put more villagers to the front. Yeah. We see it. Same strategy as that last game. Right, Team Kaboom? You're right. It's the same strat with different civs. Instead of knights, we see camp archers. We're really good at raiding units like this here. Look at this. So we had this little lead of, let's say, 20 villagers. And it's about to be equalized. If Liereyy doesn't do anything against it. Now it's only 10 villages difference. Oh, this is going to hurt. Yeah, Thorns, this is going to hurt for sure, man. For sure. It's pretty much of a gloomy thing here for Liereyy. The scenario doesn't look too good for him. He has this defensive castle, makes sense about. Secures this whole area here. But this attempt here by Vivi certainly makes sure that Liereyy won't be able just to move out. As this is not Acropolis, there are no sweet spots in favor for anyone here. There are just maybe some random goals here and there. But if he goes for the left-hand side, which is the only choice for Liereyy at the moment, there's nothing to go for. Let's look at his map knowledge here for a second. Not too much, and at the same time he wouldn't have had any chance anyway going for this side. There's nothing. So going for Siege makes sense. Mangonel Siege always really good. But good moves by Vivi. Good moves by Vivi for sure. Alright, this again was nice by Liereyy. And now let's see, it's not 1 TC anymore. I gotta say that. He made sure that he has a sweep. Oops, I'm sorry. I just want to go for the keyboard instead I hit the microphone there. Oh, we see it. There's... Okay, why? Oh, he wants to click up. He has idle TCs. Alright. Okay. Interesting stuff. Still, those TCs are not working. We can see it, man. They are not working. Mangodai even incoming now. Great unit. Great to deal with mangonels and also to go for some raiding. Smooth units, considering their speed. There we go. You see this one? You hear this one? Oh my god. Wow. This was more effective than I thought, but and the corpse just disappeared because of this farm, man. Oh my god. This... Sorry for laughing at this one. A little bit childish, but I guess... Oh my god. Yeah, so that is it for the moment. And Vivi still going for this... I mean, it's technically not 1 TC approach anymore, right? Still 1 TC only working, or am I wrong? Oh, we got 3 TCs, I'm taking it back. So, alright, I like this one by Vivi. It's not a pure 1 TC setup here. It was 1 TC for a while, but then he just made sure, okay, I will maybe struggle a tiny bit getting into the space, as there's a defensive castle, 3 TCs, pretty safe and pretty... Even second castle here, by the way. Pretty turtled up here. It will take some time to go into this one. Therefore, my window of opportunity is not that big, as this window is not the classical window and a 1 TC versus 3 TC setup. Therefore, going for 3 TCs yourself ASAP is a good thing, and this is quite much of a possible thing. As I've mentioned, this is not knights being produced, but this is calf archers and mangodais being produced, especially calf archers. It's not the problem about villager production, it's just the problem or the issue of dealing with when to get up the TCs. But you will be able to afford villagers then, for sure. Scholar in minute 43, Andrin says, well, right. Things like that just happen. I mean, on maps like Valley, at least a bit more justified, but now that deer are no more of a concern there for both of them, and farms mainly being used as the food income, makes sense that it's going for horse color a little bit earlier than 43 minutes is somehow sensible here. But we see this rate is actually deadly here. What is happening, man? Why don't you do anything against it? Are you that busy? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Oh my god. Wow. Wow, even this one. Wow. Those manga that can even die, their deeds won't be forgotten. They went into history for wrecking that. Look at those skeletons, man. RIP. Not only the golds, but also the woodline. RIP. This university has been even denied, man. Wow. Just looking at the stats here. Elite Mangodai. We gotta keep that in mind. Liereyy has elite Mangodais. But yeah, will this be enough now? Because all the economical lead that he has, talking about Liereyy at the moment, is fully gone. The number of villagers that died here, rip, rest in peace for all of them, man. Subotai, yeah, Subotai Khan is with that raiding party for sure, man. That is for sure, man. Subotai himself, man. That is for sure. The great strategies of Subotai, for sure. Epic. Oh well. So this is it for now. I feel that this is gonna be pretty much impossible for Liereyy to get out of the situation, as there are even now counters of any upcoming Mango dice here, as the skirmishers will take care of him. Unless Liereyy does something really smart here. By the way, there was a scab that I was talking about. I mean, that I was looking for at least. When the scouts of Vivi approached here. About 25 minutes ago or something. And yeah, Lierey's chance is to go for some raiding himself. Question is this going to be possible? I don't think so. I mean, it could always be the same scenario as this one here. If he positions his Mangodai here, but I don't know if Vivi will allow this to happen. He will probably spot this one right now and just garrison his villages. Yep, there we see it, there we see it. I feel that this was such a huge mistake here. It felt as if he didn't see it, right? So the siege army is incoming. The castle is coming back there. Was denied in this trap war there. But it's gonna be tough for sure. Villager count 104 to 83. Really trying to catch up here. Military lead for Vivi as well. And talking about resources and perspectives here, there's not gonna be much left. This gold is gonna run out. His alternatives were these golds here on the side, but they're gone for sure. There's also one more gold over here. Stone-wise though, there's nothing left, right? Sorry, I was just thinking and coughing at the same time, but yeah, he has no more resources to get this one up. Unless he's saving for something. I mean, okay, he could have repaired this one a little bit more if he wanted to, but what now? What now? A mill, right? And then? Yeah, it's GG. It's GG, man. So just talking about some key aspects here, let me say that this one was so important. The fact that Vivi made sure that no more resources can be gathered by Liereyy, gold, stone-wise, was super important in the late game. And also being able to win this fight in the middle, having control over the deer. Certainly some good food economy that he has. I'm sure that it helped him for his villager production, even though he didn't go for knights, but went for triple archer range in order to pump out those calf archers. So good stuff by Vivi for sure. He earned this win really well here. So it's 2-1 for now. Remember, this is a best of 5, so we can see some more games taking place. Alright, so let me update the score here for a second, and then we'll jump into the next game. There we go. And let us wait. Tum Kaboom saying, I'm glad he took my energy. Right. Yeah, you sent your energy, I can confirm. And yeah, by the way, if you want to know something about the Civ pool and the maps, you can just type that one in to the commands, ! Civ pool, one word, and ! Maps will give you the insights into everything you need to know. If you're interested in what's gonna be up next, probably, what kind of options they have, you can always use those commands. There we go. Exactly. So we still got some nice civs to go for. So far we've seen Huns, we've seen Magyars, Mongols, and Slavs, obviously. So there's still some more to go for. And also map-wise, we still have some stuff to see. We've seen Cross, Acropolis, and Valley. I want to see some Arena. I'm that honest here. I love Arena. Yesterday, I've even had a show match organized. I contacted my two buddies on my own channel, obviously, and we did a nice Arena intermediate show match. Some 19x players. It was really nice to see this one. And therefore, Arena's quite nice, gotta say. But other than that, we also have Baltic, Scandinavia, and Budapest still. I would like to see some Arena or Scandinavia probably. Baltic is also fine. Scandinavia, I feel like it's gonna be nice. And Arena, obviously. So just for your information, after this best of 5 is done, we are not done yet. We're gonna have a long session in this one here. A real long session. So first of all, it's gonna be Liereyy against Vivi still. Then we're gonna have Viper against Yo. And then we're also gonna see the finals. It's gonna be the winner of those two matchups. So this is gonna be a long stream here for sure. And I'll just use the time to drink some water here. So if everyone is BRB here, I'll also be BRB just for a couple of seconds. Just muting the microphone so you must not hear me drinking water. Just a sec. Alright guys, I'm back now. I also took the time to cool off a bit because it's somehow about 35 degrees here in Germany at the moment and it's just awful, man, I tell you. So the game is starting here. It was quite of a good timing, I gotta say. Complimenting myself. Great character trait there. Alright, so enough with the shenanigans here and just start with this one here. First of all, I just want to see what you said there. I want best of 1 or best of 3, no civ picks. 9 hours for 2 1v1s. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so welcome everyone. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Once again, welcome everyone. My name is Demise Red, and I am casting the first semifinal, ECL semifinal, a matchup between Vivi and Liereyy, and this is game number 4 on Scandinavia. Oh my god, look at this one here. I'm just starting with Vivi. Oh my god. First of all, let's look at, before I describe anything about the positionings of his gold and stone, look at his position on the map. I mean, we got Liereyy here on the left hand side. What about Vivi, man? He is in the middle, man. Oh my god, man. So I would have expected him to be somewhere here or here, but no, he's just super close to Liereyy there for sure. Question now is, does, I mean, for Vivi it's gonna be odd. I mean, for him, Liereyy can be either there, or maybe here and there. So weird position there for sure. And let's have a look at his map here. Super exposed. Not much of a surprise here. Scandinavia. This map is actually cool. There's a lot of water. Could ask for some team water play here, as in later on you could have some trades on water and stuff like this. But it's a 1v1 obviously. Therefore, we still could see, we will see some dogs, as it's not the biggest boost that you're gonna have. But still water, and there's a couple of fish there, here and there. Deep water fish, as you see. So you should definitely go for it. And yeah, this front side here, I define this one as the front side, as Liereyy is over here. It's completely open. There's a gold here that can be somehow protected. He has a lot of resources in the back, that is good. Just needs to make sure that he doesn't lose the control over this one. Walling this one up here would make sense. Over here would make sense. Drawing a line with palisades from here till here would make sense. And also another line till here, just to make sure that no one can enter this place here by foot. Could be one thing to do it. And he has chosen the Slavs, by the way. On Acropolis we had Liereyy with the Slavs. And now it's Vivi with the Slavs on this beautiful map of Scandinavia. And there we see it, he placed down his doctor. And this is it for his base. And let's have a look at Liereyy here. So, what can we say? What can we say? Stone on the back. Gold far away there. And yeah, this one can be walled easily. Should be walled. It must be walled in my opinion. Just to make sure that this gold is safe. This gold is in a position to use it as a wall. This one should be walled. Pretty good, well done here. Actually, nice to wall this, man. Nice to wall. So easy to wall here. Quite compact everything. The wood line's not too far away from each other here in the middle. Therefore, a lot of opportunities to wall this one off and to play it safe here. And yeah. So that is it. And he has chosen the Italians. Ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be Slavs against Italians. Certainly an interesting thing. Italians have advantages. They proceed to the next stage faster, as it's cheaper for them. Also, they have quite interesting archers here. I'm just a little bit confused, sorry about that. So many messages popping up here. All good though, all good. And the Slavs here having really strong farms, really strong military units, as in their infantry is quite nice, I gotta say. But also, they can even go for knights. They have a decent knight line there. So it's gonna be maybe something like archer type of units against knight type of units could be happening here. But let's see about this one. First of all, we gotta mention that both went for their docks, both going for some fish. Both have 4 fishing ships at the moment. Therefore, nothing too spectacular. Just the normal stuff taking place. I'm just more surprised by this attempt here to wall this one off. Smart walling here just to secure this wood line for now. I wonder if this is gonna stay like this for a bit longer, as Vivi has found a nice place to go for a man-at-arms rush here. If he has two on... No, he is not even going for a man-at-arms rush. He is actually going to man-at-arms trush. Is it like this? Asking myself here. Or is it just... What's happening? He clicked up with 22 volts. Where's his gold? Wait. He doesn't have a gold mine. What does he do? Don't tell me he will place... Oh, Oh, okay. Just forward buildings. I see some super fuel aggression here. I mean, I forgot. It's my fault, guys. It's my fault. Yeah. I forgot that this is actually Vivi we are talking about, and obviously, he will go for some super aggressive gameplay here. Something that I love to see. We didn't see this in the first games, therefore I was just a little bit surprised here, caught off guard, gotta say. But now we're gonna see some nice for sure, some denial of deer, maybe. I don't know. Or will he just place a mill over here? Would be also interesting to see. And yeah, we see it. It's gonna be super fuel aggression here, skirmishes, spearmen, and that is it from Vivi at the moment. He has enough of an economy to deal with it. He had. I'm taking it back. Dude, I'm missing something out completely here. I was just looking at the fishing count here. Wow. Okay. Literally with a really smart move here. Actually, bad news. Really bad news for Vivi. I was going to say, yeah, those skirms and spearmen, both trash units, both heavy on food and wood. And the food should be fine for now, as he has decent fish. And there you go with the decent fish, man. It's done. Liereyy actually took over the right-hand side as well. Well, Vivi wants to go for the same attempt here. But Liereyy took care of this and has his own fire galley there. Therefore, it's not going to be as easy as it was for Liereyy. Unfortunate stuff for Vivi at the moment, but let's see if this is gonna work out somehow in his favor still. We see some nice moves here by Liereyy still with this watchtower here. Great stuff. This fire galley doing some work still. Was able to take down at least 3 fishing ships. Okay, so fish denied for both, it seems. Question is, will they settle for this one? And a trush here also taking place. Well, Vivi is just doing everything that he can at the moment. Just super aggressive gameplay. Literally just doing everything that he can do at the moment just to apply pressure. I mean, the only thing that he didn't do so far is just taking off his villagers now and going to the front. That's the only thing that we are missing at the moment. But other than that, it's just pretty aggressive, gotta say. Like it. Question is, what will his villagers do here? What will they do? Here's one villager over here hitting this house. That's one little minor thing. He wants to deny this wood line there, and he does well by placing this tower specifically here. I like this one a lot. Unfortunately though, he's not able to place it down. This quick wall was way too late. Or let's say Liereyy was super fast about this one. I'm pretty convinced that he should go for this move, as he's able to push these away here. Both the army of skirms and also the villagers. Interesting gameplay here for now. Just making sure no one is going for fish, but it's not the case. Liereyy is actually back on fish again. On both sides this time. It seems that Vivi is giving up on this for now, which is a shame because he is there with 3 villagers doing all kinds of stuff, which will put his economy a bit more behind there. But he's doing well by forcing Liereyy to get into the same kind of situation. We see it here, a lot of idle time for other villagers here by Liereyy. I just want to say Liereyy and villager at the same time, sorry about that one. Vili, wow. And yeah, so that's it at the moment. Tim Kaboom says that happens a lot in Scandinavia. Liereyy doesn't play as well when he can't wall and boom. Well, Interesting comment there, for sure. Something to think about. He's certainly in a position in which he's forced to go for a lot of idle time there. It seems that Vivi's game style is just so effective against Liereyy at the moment that Liereyy basically does everything what Vivi tells him to. Also, Influenza's there. Hi, bro. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, just comparing villager numbers, it's 38 to 35. Farms are being put down though. Interesting stuff, as he still has quite some fishing ship there. But I guess the problem is more about this woods. This one was disturbed quite significantly. Yeah, I'm still wondering about Vivi's choice here, not to go for fishing ships, but instead just go for some annoying type of moves here. Now we gotta ask ourselves what's gonna happen. What's the outcome of this, you know? We got a market here, so probably Liereyy wants to sell some spare stone or make use of the gold that he has and buy some other resources. Yeah, Flu actually called it there. As Slavs, perhaps he doesn't think he needs fish. That's true. I've mentioned it as well. Slavs do have superior farms there. Really fast and efficient food income. True as well. This is why he probably doesn't need to go for it. Would explain it. At least just it would be an explanation for his moves here. If it is really the case that going for farms now is the same kind of efficiency there, that's another question. I mean, obviously it's a bit of a difference, but Vivi seems to be convinced that this is the right move to go for. And let's see if this is gonna pay out here, actually. So we see once again Liereyy is full aggressive there with his villagers there. Being able to get this scout done there, but really not sure about Liereyy at the moment. Gotta be dead honest here. He's being raided super hard. Those scrums are doing a lot of work. With the scrums it's quite easy to go close to towers, as their pierce armor is quite high. Questions, man, questions. What is Liereyy going to do? He has the Italians, obviously. He could go for Castle Age way better. Looking at his resources though, he is still far away from that. And it's GG. Wow. Lierey's on stone or gold. He's on gold mainly. All the time here. That's GG. Wow, this was pretty fast. 25 minutes. And the feudal aggression by Vivi paid off. Paid off really strongly here. I didn't believe it, but this was a lot of terror here. Little feudal armies actually able to cause so much damage here. This one was not nicely done by Liereyy. We see a lot of skeletons here. And we saw those remaining 3 villages just going back to work while archers were chasing them. Therefore, yeah, we can see it. So many vills being killed here. This is the ideal way to go for feudal aggression, trush, and also both skirms and spears. Namely, the skirms were really efficiently here. And yeah, we see it in the end. 49 villages to 28. Too much of a difference to compensate this one. I mean, they're fishing ship at the same time, right? But that won't compensate like that. Score-wise, not much of a difference, but it could be really gloomy for Liereyy if this game would have continued. I guess he's aware of this. I mean, look at this chaotic situation. His TC is there and his farms are there. Oh, not the best sign. Not the best sign. Alright, just gonna update it real quick, and it's actually ties at the moment, right? Right, 2 and 2. And correct me if I'm wrong, but we are going to have our final game. At least for this semi-final. It's gonna be epic for sure. Alright, let's go back and just wait. So just checking what you guys said there. Said that saying no more wallable map for Liereyy. And Flu is answering, well, Liereyy walled in a horrible way. I gotta say, right, this thing on the right hand side was too much of a passive thing there. I mean, passive is maybe not the wrong word, is probably the wrong word there. Maybe much more of a naive kind of movement that I'm talking about this palisade that I've even mentioned myself there on the right hand side. He could have actually just walled off the whole area there, connecting the 2 wood patches, but instead he took the 1 wood patch on the south and tried to connect it with his TC, just to make it harder for enemy units to approach. But this allowed Vivi to come closer way too much. Way too much. Way too much. And yeah, talking about the remaining maps there. So we saw Valley, we saw Acropolis, saw Cross, Scandinavia. I want to see some Arena, but I don't think they will go for Arena. I simply cannot think of this one. So yeah, now it's gonna be super interesting. Who do you think is gonna win? Who's gonna move to the finals, guys? This is the last game of the semi-final, the first semi-final. Then we're gonna see some Viper and Mr. Yo, obviously, but wow. Actually, Liereyy starts so well, and now it's the last game. Anyone can win here. Ooh. Okay. So without further ado, guys, let's just jump into this last game here. Yeah, indeed, Nostradamus flew, as we all know him. As I've said, he has been touched by him in ways that were awkwardly mentioned by me. And there we go, guys. So welcome everyone. My name is Demas Red, and I'm casting the ECL semi-final, a matchup between Liereyy and Vivi, and this is the last final game. At the moment, it's just ties 2-2 at the moment, and the winner is going to proceed to the finals. So we're going to see a nice matchup here in Budapest, and we got Liereyy here on the right hand side, bottom right hand side. Oh, right hand side, I'm sorry. I forgot, just simply, I've mentioned Budapest now, I forgot it's Budapest. We got 2 TCs here, obviously, and yeah, he has a Chinese, so a lot of wills at the beginning here, that is for sure. Wow. And then on the left hand side, though, we see Vivi with the Spanish. Wow, this is a nice matchup for sure. So, guys, what you saying? Who's gonna win this one? Mr. Dit saying Vivi wins on Budapest map. Because more wills to rush. Well, alright. Tum Kaboom sending all his energy there. Nice stuff. So let's just start by describing the maps here. Talking about all the stuff we see in the middle so far. A lot of gold, a lot of stone. Makes sense. This is going to be the most important, really most important place here to go for. And other than that, there's still some resources in the back for Liereyy. And the question now is, what will they do? What will both of them do? With the Chinese, obviously making use out of gold, you could go for pretty much anything. I always say, every time I cast it, I glorify the Chinese for being so versatile, but also so hard to master. It's so difficult actually. It's pretty difficult. Oh, just make sure that you don't kill your sheepos. Well, rip this one sheep. Yeah, so the problem, all the good stuff first of all, with Chinese, you are so versatile. You can go for combinations of units that's gonna be so deadly. But you need to anticipate every move of your enemy, because it can be super deadly, but also it can be countered really easily if you go for awkward, weird type of combination there, and then you just mess up your own chances of having the lead there with Chinese. We can also see some smush also taking place with the Chinese, also possible. Maybe it will even happen. His enemy is Spanish, could go for it. Spanish, he could, if the enemy goes for knights or some conks, why not, right? Why not? Well, I feel the fuel age is going to be super tough. Super tough, and this is the right moment to go for Vivi, because I feel that he is going to be the aggressor here. Looking at his map, well, there's not much to say, right? All the stuff is here in the middle, and it's going to be who's gonna take the lead here in the middle and take control over there. He obviously has some resources in the back as well that he can make use out of. But yeah, the main question first of all, what's gonna take place in the middle, people? Oh yeah, if you want to know who's the caster, just type in !caster or !streamer and stuff like that. But thanks for entering to shout me out there for a second. And yeah, so I've mentioned it with Vivi being Spanish, super interesting to see this one. Will we see some heavy scouts in the beginning? Some really heavy scouts, also possible with the Spanish, or will we see scouts plus a lot of towers? It's gonna be so much of different options that he can go for. Most important to mention now is that Liereyy does not want to hand over the middle to Vivi like that, placing down a barracks there. So we gotta ask ourselves what they will go for. So yeah, man, this is it at the moment. Just having a look here a little bit more, just to see how the tendencies are, as Vivi's attempting to wall this one off here. Interesting. Just trying to analyze what's gonna happen here. I mean, it makes sense with 3 villages on gold here, obviously. We're gonna see some archer action, double archer range being produced here, being built down, and question now is, how will Vivi actually react to this one? What will he do? I find it quite nice that Liereyy is actually the one that actually makes the forward move here, military-wise. Normally it was always Vivi going for that kind of move. Still, I'm really looking forward to see some stuff here. I'm not surprised by the fact that both go for some walling. Makes sense. And Liereyy actually inside of Vivi's space there with the scouts. Gotta ask ourselves, what's gonna happen here? Andrew's saying, I guess you're used to titanium. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry if my I'm actually not sorry, but I'm just saying, hey, this is it, man. This is my style of casting. If you don't like it, man, just look for something else, man. What can I say? If I'm more analytical and more calm, that's my style, man. Not even sorry about it. Not even sorry to the slightest. Yeah, interestingly now, what I like to see here, towers, of course, with the Spanish. But yeah, in this case, more defensively. Don't like this position too. It's not the best position for a tower in my opinion. He could have just... I mean, I understand why he goes for this very position to have an effect on this area here as well. Instead he could have just gone for this one to be level with this area. But maybe It's the only way to go for it at the moment. Otherwise, he would have been forced to put down a tower here and there. So this is it at the moment. Rakanishu. Nice question, but first of all, nice nickname, man. Is that from Diablo? It is, right? It's from Diablo 2. Cool stuff. Nice nickname, man. Good old times. I remember those times really well. Rakanishu, man. That little fallen devil or what he was, right? The fallen one. Nice stuff. So dude saying, honestly, I can't watch streams with US casters. They talk so much, like, for the sake of talking. Yeah, that's true, that's true. Yeah, so we can see it here. Liereyy is actually too effective with his archers here. More effective than he should have been. Getting a decent number of kills here and there. So far, the KD is nothing too much of a surprising thing. 3-3 for Liereyy and 3-4 for Vivi. I guess we've missed some boar fail or something like that, but other than that, nothing too much of a exciting start here. More exciting is the fact that both are going for an FC. So we won't see any super aggressive scout moves. We won't see any super aggressive archer army approaching the enemy base there. Nothing like that is gonna happen. Instead, as we can see it, both are going for the cast stage at a reasonable time. Just looking at the resources that are being gathered here at the moment, just scrolling in here. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, stone, we can see it here, makes sense. I guess we will see some Kongs. It's gonna be the case, pretty sure. Does he have a stable yet? Does he have a stable? Nope, okay. So asking myself what's gonna happen here. Ooh, really nice move. Alright, so we can see it here, the transport ship actually being able to transport over those archers, and now we're gonna see some little raiding here and there, but not much of the most effective one. He is probably able to get 1 or 2 villages, but now the momentum is over. He goes for crossbowman and botgun arrow, talking about Liereyy at the moment, also bowsaw, really important there. Siege workshop incoming by Jao, aka Vivi, as an attempt to answer to this one. Yeah, man. This is it at the moment. Alright, so wheelbarrow also incoming by Jao, aka Vivi. It's nothing too spectacular. The most spectacular, of course, being this castle for now. Good position there. I like it. I mean, we can see it at the moment, right? The gold positions here for Liereyy. Just asking myself, is this just? It is just, actually, in terms of distribution of the resources. The awkward thing being for Liereyy that all of these resources are pretty much here on this hill. Therefore, this castle is going to be quite effective there. If he should go for some more archer type of upgrades there, as in fletching or botgun arrow. And most importantly, we see pet archer armor incoming, which is boosting the Kongs, obviously. And while archers are able to deal with it with numbers like that, in which you have only 2 Kongs, the biggest danger is going to be the monks there, that is for sure. And Chinese monks, obviously quite solid there, able to cause some damage, but it affords a lot of microing. Also, the numbers of monks needs to be right, otherwise the Kongs will still make use out of their devastating strength there and snipe off those monks if not done correctly. Liereyy here actually with a wonderful fast imp, 23 minutes 37 seconds. That's lovely stuff there. That's lovely stuff. I love it, man. I think Vivi should get fletching and botgun arrow with that castle. True. As I've said it as well, it could have been so effective here. Even probably denying this stone here, and another castle could be a nice thing to do. Pretty much somewhere here if it's possible. I don't know. Otherwise, this will be a decent position as well. And now we see the number of Kongs is actually growing, but meanwhile, Liereyy going for the next stage. We gotta ask ourselves if this is gonna be a huge advantage for him. It is probably going to be one, as his monks will be way stronger then once they reach imp. It's gonna be better. gonna be better. So yeah, the first I was going to say conversations, but conversions are not taking place. As we see it, numbers of monks, not enough. So basically people are asking themselves how to counter monks, and often people say, yeah, monks. But not with 2 monks against this amount of conks that are even uphill. Therefore, oh well. Chinese don't get block printing though. Okay, that is important to mention. Still, in this case, I hope we'll see at least 1 or 2 conversions. I mean, he goes for the monks, right? Therefore, Liereyy believes in his own monks there, as he doesn't stop creating them. But I feel that this is getting out of hand here. This is getting out of hand quite significantly. All the F Liereyy didn't get conversions there. Yeah, well, true. Liereyy also going for Arbalest Embrace now. Actually a good way to deal with Kongs as well, in combination with other stuff. Dude, are you kidding me? Not even... Alright, well. Just this mangonel here. But yeah, the monks are not doing their job too correctly here. We'll see a Doubt Castle. Reckon you should ask? Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. If a castle is being put down by Liereyy here, it's gonna be kind of a panic move. Also, eco-devastating type of move. But I feel that this is gonna be over pretty soon if this continues like that. Just let me see about the TCs here. 1, 2, 3. No surprise there. Yeah, both are with 3 TC set up there. Therefore, actually, both of them should have decent economy. That's not the case. Vivi with 92 villagers and Liereyy with 75. And therefore, in this castle is going to be put up quite easily there. And yeah, man, it's not looking good. I'm just thinking about scenarios how to deal with the situation, but I guess now the eco is not strong enough to go for it. Arbalest makes sense. More monks would have made sense. Yeah. But other than that, not much to do here, really. And the raiding is taking place now. This is going to be over pretty soon, unless Liereyy reacts to this one. At least he sends his archery, his villagers away to build an archery range. It's better than just to let them continue to chop some wood. I mean, just want to mention the Mongol war that we had on Valley, in which it was a bit too much of a mess there, created by Liereyy, initiated by Vivi there. But no, this is just so many villas being dead here. Hurtful stuff, guys. Hurtful stuff for sure. Wow. He trapped his villas kinda, right? With this move. And the fact that they're not moving anymore, this is some kind of, I don't know, I always wanted to try to read some kind of stance there. Mimics and stuff like this, how they feel mentally then when some moves are not taking place that should have taken place, and we see it. I don't believe it, guys, but Liereyy is actually out. The pressure was just too hard here. The Conquerors did a pretty good job here. Vivi controlled them really well there. Oh my god, guys. Liereyy is out. That means that Vivi is the first guy entering the finals here. And we'll see about his opponent. It's gonna be either Viper or Yo. Let's see who's it gonna be. And we'll find out about this in a couple of minutes. Not directly, because we will see another set of best of 5 between Viper and Mr. Yo. Both of which fighting for the finals to have their match against Vivi. Oh my god, man. When is Viper vs Yo? It's gonna take place right now, right here. I just need to update the scores and stuff like this, which is the reason why I'll just go back now. Just for the sake of correctness here. And even though I'm just gonna show the final scores for one moment only, but just for everyone here. It is Vivi who won this one, right? Therefore, this is it. Liereyy is out, and Vivi will continue. Alright, I'll just quickly update the scoreboards once again to start over one more time. So we'll just go out of this game, and I just hope that everything's fine when I do this, but it should be okay. It should be okay for now. Alright, so I'm gonna write down. Alright, looks good so far. So yeah, guys, was it much of a surprise? I mean, Influenza said it as well. If it's gonna be Budapest, Vivi is gonna have good chances here. What do you think about this one? All the rest, I mean, it was first Liereyy winning 2 games in a row, and I thought, okay, it's gonna be the 3rd game that he wins, then he's just done with it. Vivi is out, but nope, nope, nope. Not today. Not today. Alright. Also need to update the score here once again. Also want to make sure that I write Yo's name correctly. Yeah, there we go. It's an underscore there. There we go. Oh my god. Oh well. Okay, now it's working. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Just a bit awkward to deal with this situation at the moment, moving the names and stuff like that, but I guess we got the time to do that, so it's fine, it's fine. Alright, looks good, looks good. Alright, I guess we're ready to go with this one. Cool, cool. So yeah, once again guys, if you want to know about the maps that we're gonna see, just type in exclamation mark maps it was, I believe. And also about the Civ pool, if you want to see through that one again, just type in exclamation mark Civ pool. You're gonna see all the upcoming things pretty soon. And let me just go through the comments here. So imagine Mr. Yo wins and then says, well, that would be really interesting. Tim Toon Kaboom answering though, I haven't seen Yo lately. How is he playing? He should be playing good, yeah. People are agreeing there. Mr. Dutt says it. And also Tim Toon Kaboom says, I remember Yo almost won Viper a long time at LAN. I hope these matches are that good. Well, they should be, Viper lost Scandinavia to ACCM. He didn't choose it. Interesting. Yeah, man. So really looking forward to see the next matchup here. And afterwards, we're also gonna see the finals, right? This is gonna take place today, guys. Everything, as far as I know, at least. Imagine Yo beats Viper 3-0 in 30 minutes. Well, this is gonna be yeah, Boar's flight to a year. Finals best of 5 or best of 7? I just need to look into this one. I believe it was best of 5 though. It's all written in the handbook. I mean, we got the time. We got the time for sure. I'm just looking into this one. without any more guesses, it's just better to just look into it real quick. I mean, I got the handbook here, just open it and just have a sophisticated look into this one here to give you some more insights, as we have to wait anyway. There we go, that's the ECL handbook, which is actually done in a nice way. I really love all the efforts being put into this one here, just to make sure everything is clear, understood, and stuff like that. Really nice, gotta say. So yeah, there we go. Best of one lol. 1v1 events, final best of 5 as well.